Hello, I'm Jacqueline Wilson and I'm very excited to be in the glamorous makeup room on the set of CBBC's Hetty Feather. And I'm talking to Isobel Clifton, who plays my very favourite character, Hetty. Do you enjoy playing her?
I love it. I don't know what I like about her. I think it's because she just loves her family so much and she wants like the best, not just for her but for everyone around her, and she doesn't stop until she gets what she wants. She's really like determined. As soon as she's got a plan in her head, she always wants to go forward with it and she doesn't want to stop. Yeah. So that's what I like so much about her.
I think you do it wonderfully.
Thank you. What inspired you to write Hetty Feather, and did you enjoy seeing her come into life on the screen?
I love seeing her come to life on the screen. I think you play her beautifully. It's just so exciting when I come and see everybody acting and see behind the scenes, and it's very strange indeed seeing all my imaginary things come to life in this way. I got the inspiration for writing Hetty Feather because I was doing some work with the Foundling Museum in London, and the then director, Rhian Harris, said to me, have you ever thought about writing on a foundling child? And I thought then, and I thought, well, I love the Victorians, that would be really interesting. So then and there, I started writing Hetty Feather. How did you find playing a character from Victorian times? Did they have to do any research or whatever?
Obviously, playing a character from like olden times where I wasn't alive is quite hard. Not in hard in a way, but it's different to my normal lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So anything I would normally say, or any of the other cast, we probably wouldn't be allowed to say that because that wouldn't have happened in those days. I didn't necessarily do any research, but as the weeks went on in filming, I sort of found out more about my character, and especially with all the props that are on set, you sort of like, I always ask about like, what does this do? Because otherwise you can't just go around doing anything with the props, because obviously we don't have them in our everyday life. So it's different, but I really like it because you get to see different new things that you wouldn't see. Which other characters from the book did you enjoy seeing on the screen?
I love seeing them all. It was very interesting seeing what Gideon would be like. I think one of the most interesting characters to see has been Sheila, because I met the girl who plays Sheila over lunch, and she's such a sweetheart and such a nice, kind girl. But to see her really playing Sheila so scarily, it was really superb. And, the matron too is quite extraordinary. And I've met Eva, who plays her as well. And she's so different that when I actually met her out of costume, didn't recognise her in the slightest. So everybody has just sort of put their heart and soul into being the characters, and I think they've made a brilliant job of it. What do you think Hetty found the hardest about being a foundling child?
I think probably the fact that she already had her future planned out for her in being in Foundling Hospital. There was all going to be domestic maids, and Hetty didn't want to be that. She wanted to find her mother and have her own family and go back to Gem. I think she had an idea of what she wanted her life to be like, but so did Matron. So I don't think that's what Hetty didn't like. She didn't like having her life planned out. She wanted it to all come to her rather than knowing what she was going to do. The TV series shows Hetty in the Foundling Hospital, but what happens to Hetty in the book as she gets older?
So many things happen to her. She gets to be a servant for a little while, not a very good one. She lives at the seaside, and after something very sad happens, she actually has a job in a carnival novelty show as a living mermaid. She gets eventually to find her father. She rejoins the circus, and I have just finished writing a 5th book about Hetty, where she gets to be a musical star. So if by any chance the television series runs and runs and runs, you're going to play a very varied series of things to do.
Is Hetty Feather your favourite book that you've ever written?
Well, certainly when Hetty Feather came out, I started telling everybody that's my favourite book. And then all the other books about Hetty became my favourites. So in October, there will be 5 books, and they're all my favourites. Thank you, Isobel, for taking a break from filming the second series of Hetty Feather to have this lovely chat with me. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Look out for Hetty Feather on CBBC next year.